Should you as a customer get your cellular service from your cable provider? So I know a bunch of people who have cable service, whether it be through Xfinity or Spectrum, who are thinking about getting their cellular service. So what are the cellular service that both Xfinity and Spectrum are offering? Well, they actually are offering pretty similar cellular service because they're not their own service provider. They're actually what you would call a MVNO, or mobile virtual network operator. So basically, they're renting or buying their service from someone else. In particular, both of them are getting their service through Verizon. And what they're doing is they're packaging it with pretty much what they're already using to try and get customers on board with the bundle and save thing. With a lot of customers transitioning from cable networks to going to cutting the cord and streaming, this is another way to try to keep customers on board. With cellular service getting expensive, to try and be able to bundle it, it does appeal to a number of people. For one, instead of having to write two checks, they can write one. Instead of paying both, let's say, Verizon and T-Mobile and Charter or Xfinity, you can just write one check to Xfinity or one check to Charter Spectrum. So this may be appealing to a number of people, and I can understand why. For me, I would have to say you need to decide how long you plan on being with your cable provider. Is this something that you feel like you're just going to be stuck with them for at least 2 or 3 years? Then it may be a good idea, especially if you do the numbers and for your budget, it just makes sense. On the other hand, something you have to look at is this. You're not getting your own phone, or you're not going to be able to bring your own phone to them, at least not with Spectrum. In fact, in order to get a phone, you have to get it through them. And with Xfinity, the only phone you can bring are a certain number of iPhones or a certain model of iPhone that you can bring over. And this is a problem for me. I am someone who prefer an unlocked phone because anytime I decide I want to leave a cable a carrier, I have the freedom to do so and not really be worried about a phone that's pretty much stuck to that network. And when you have a phone that's pretty much stuck to, let's say, Charter or Xfinity, well, that phone, for one, the value drops when you try to resell it because only those who are going to be using that service are going to be able to buy it. Second, if you do decide that, you know what, I am done with said cable provider and you decide to cut the cord, well, now you're going to have to figure out what you're going to do with finding a new carrier. So if you're deciding to go down this road, you're going to look at several things and decide whether you're going to be there long enough to reap the benefits. For a number of people, that may not be so, given the fact that we are in the era where more people are cutting the cord, more people are going to streaming services because they're finding it much cheaper to go that route than sticking with their service provider or their current cable company.